Hey everybody, it's week 25 here at the Victory Garden. As you can see, things are looking a little bit different than the last couple weeks. So we are experiencing some intensely frosty weather. As you saw last time, we cleaned up most of our summery crops, and now it's basically, we've got some kale, a few little baby cabbages, and some parsley, and that could potentially still be harvested for the next couple of weeks. Otherwise, the rest of the garden is pretty much done for the season. So we are just going to go in and we're going to get a few items mulched and just kind of get a little bit prepared for next season. And then we'll talk about our plans for the winter. So here we are at our garlic patch. We've got 3 different varieties of garlic that we planted here. And now we're just going to get them mulched just to protect them over the winter. And I would like to say that now is a great time to get this mulch down. The ground is pretty firm because it's pretty frosty and cold in the past couple of days. So now is a really good time to get that mulch down. You don't necessarily want to put the mulch down right after you plant. If it's still warm and the soil's still really nice and workable, creating that really good mulched environment can actually encourage some little rodents and other pests to kind of make nests in your mulch. So waiting until the ground's really nice and hard and cold is a good time to get that mulch down, and it'll keep the garlic protected over the winter. So as far as the depth of mulch, just having an inch or 2 of mulch over your garlic is probably going to be good enough, or for a lot of your different crops.
Another thing we're going to throw some mulch on is our spinach. We had planted some spinach kind of late in the year, and it really, it kind of struggled a little bit because I shouldn't have watered it. I should have watered it, and we had kind of a dry fall. But anyway, the spinach is up, and so we're going to mulch that. And that way we're going to hope that maybe it'll come through the winter, and then really early in the spring we should have some spinach. So we're going to give that a try. We're going to do the same thing Sal did with the garlic. We're just going to put a couple inches loosely over the top. And then one other thing we're going to do is we have a few carrots and beets here that I missed when we were harvesting. So they're still in the ground, and we're going to mulch these too, and we're just going to see if they'll come through the winter. And what'll happen with these is they're biennial plants, and so if they make it through the winter, they'll start growing in the spring, and they'll send up seed shoots. So then we could watch them flower, and we could harvest some seed off of these. So we'll just do the same thing. A couple inches of mulch over the top. Point out one more thing here too. We did pull up a lot of our vegetable plants and put them in the compost pile a couple of weeks ago, but we're going to just go ahead and leave the flower stalks and the flower heads. We'll harvest some for seed, but leaving some plant material in your garden, it protects your soil, and it also is really good habitat for beneficial insects to overwinter, particularly like in the stems. So if you can, it's really not a bad idea to leave some of this stuff over the winter and then take care of it in the spring.
Well, we're getting to the end of the outside season, so this is going to be our last episode coming to you from the Victory Garden. However, we are going to keep this going as gardening is a year-round activity, so we are going to do some winter episodes. We're going to talk to some other backyard gardeners and just get an idea of their planning process and what we can do in the winter to stay engaged with gardening. And we will get this schedule when it's finalized out to you via We'll send you an email, we'll put it on the Facebook group, and if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you'll get notified whenever we have a new video out. So there's plenty of ways to stay in touch, and definitely look for those videos coming up soon.
Yeah, just so folks know, we will be doing some Victory Garden trays again next year. Our plan is to really kind of dive into some topics in a little bit more depth next year. We'll be talking about things like season extension. We'll get in the gardens earlier, and we'll do some succession planting. We'll talk more about composting and soil improvement. We'll talk about pollinators more and seed saving. So our plan is really to keep this thing going and to just kind of go more in depth next year. And like I said, we will have some trays available. We're probably gonna be doing some different varieties, mixing it up a little bit, some open pollinated varieties, more variety as far as like the tomatoes go. So we'll keep you all posted on all of that, but just wanted you to know that we are planning on keeping this thing going.
So we hope that you've really enjoyed your gardening experience, whether you're a first-time gardener or whether you've been doing this for years and years. And we look forward to hearing from you on social media, or leave comments below on the video, and stay in touch, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, everybody.